everybody, welcome back to another episode of Legit Street Cars. My name is Alex, and today's video was going to be about making this car shift a lot faster, but I'm waiting on some parts to come in the mail, and I'm doing some more research because I want this video to be awesome. I want to show you guys everything. So instead, today, we're going to focus on making this car sound a little bit different. Not necessarily much louder, but I want this car to whistle. I want to hear the turbocharger under the hood, and I think we can accomplish that by a good old-fashioned straight pipe. So you can already hear the difference between the stock silver CDI and the black CDI with the 3-inch catless downpipe, but I'm not gonna lie, this car kind of sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It's a little bit different, but I'm hoping that removing both mufflers and replacing them with straight pipes will just let us hear the raw engine and turbo without being too insanely loud, because turbos can kind of act as a muffler, so that's why turbo cars aren't nearly as loud as naturally aspirated cars with open exhaust. Case in point, under the cover here is not a new car. I'm not revealing anything new today, but this is my turbo Trans Am, and even with an open downpipe right off of the turbo, this isn't nearly as loud as you would think. Also, if you guys are wondering about this car cover, this is something that I got because of a lot of suggestions from you guys. Some of you guys had pointed out that I was working on cars on this side of the garage and leaving either my Trans Am or even my E55 on this side of the garage, and that wasn't a good idea because I was getting dirt and chemicals and all sorts of stuff on the surface of the paint of whatever car was sitting here. So I spoke with the guys at carcover.com. I explained to them that I hated cheaper car covers where the inside material was very similar to the outside material, because at that point you're basically just scratching the paint on your car. So they hooked me up with this. This is their Gold Shield level car cover. It's very high quality, and what's great is that they use a baby soft fleece-like material on the inside. So as long as you put your car away clean, you're not going to scratch a thing. Also, these are form-fitted for your specific vehicle. They're guaranteed to fit, and these go on so easily without a fuss at all. They even include a little tag indicating which end of the cover goes in the front. Now, if you store your car outside, these are perfect. They're all-weather covers, and they won't just blow away in the wind because they include some really strong straps that are built right into the cover. So you get one in the back, one in the front, and then they put a grommet on each side of the cover because they give you a cable lock and key so you can lock up your car cover in case you're parking in public places. So that's really cool. Of course, you get your storage bag, and this is the car cover I'll be using on the E55. Just as soon as I replace the fender and clean the car up, it will be protected as well. And then once we get the wrap on the CDI, I'm gonna get another one of these car covers because I do not want anything happening to that wrap. So I will leave a link to carcover.com in the video description box, along with a 15% off coupon code if you guys want to pick up your own. These guys have a car cover for basically every budget and virtually every single car, so definitely check them out. We're going to pull in the CDI and disconnect the mufflers first just to see what it sounds like before we get to cutting and welding. Okay guys, slight change of plans, but I think this will accomplish what we need to accomplish at this stage in the game. So this car has one individual exhaust pipe coming right from the turbo, and it splits into two right here, and then these two individual pipes go to individual mufflers in the back. So what I wanted to do was fully disconnect this just to see how it would sound before we start cutting and welding, but this one came out really easily. This one not so much. It's got a seal in here, so I want to keep as much of this factory exhaust intact as possible. So we're just going to leave this alone right now. I think we'll hear what we need to hear with this setup because the exhaust flow is kind of going to take the path of least resistance and just go out of here. So if this sounds good, we're heading over to Driven Performance so that he can weld in our straight pipes in place of the mufflers, and then we're going to get some awesome drive-by clips. But first, let's see what this weird exhaust setup sounds like. All right, guys, I say that is a massive success. I love the sound of this thing not going through a muffler. You could totally hear the turbo. It's not that crazy loud. It is perfect in my opinion, and I think it's gonna sound even better once we get the exhaust going all the way out the back with some tailpipes. So we're gonna head over to Driven Performance. He's gonna chop out the mufflers, install our straight pipes with some tailpipes as well, and then we're gonna do some drive-by clips so you guys can hear what this thing sounds like rolling down the street. I am so excited. This car is going to sound amazing, and hopefully it's a little bit faster because you can definitely hear that turbo right now, so it might be spooling a lot easier now that there's basically no restrictions at all. All right, let's head over to Driven Performance and see what Matt can do with our exhaust. All right, we're over at Driven Performance, and Matt and I are kind of coming up with a game plan here on the exhaust because whatever we do with the tailpipes at this point is totally temporary, because soon I'll have an E63 bumper and they kind of have like little cutouts for the factory quad AMG exhaust. So what are we thinking, Matt? What are we gonna do here?
Thinking about just splicing it here, put a 45 bend in it, come straight out, a little 30-degree, done.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Matt, we should just do side pipes. I think it would be way, yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's all we need to do. I mean, it's a Mercedes. I mean, it's nothing fancy. That's right, that's right. Check this out, guys. This pickup truck over here, it has side pipes, but that's not really what I wanted to show you guys. Look at the paint on this truck. This is painted on, okay? This is not a wrap like you would think. It's painted, clear coated and everything. It's some of the most detailed work I've ever seen in my life. This thing is absolutely amazing. The guy went to town here with the paint job. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. Have you ever seen anything so detailed on a car or truck? Also, the mufflers on this car are very heavy, so dropping the mufflers and the catalytic converter, we probably lost like 30 pounds, which is great. So we will be reusing and recycling some stainless pipe off of some other vehicle, which is right here, and it is properly sized at about 2 inches, just like Mercedes uses with these mufflers. All right, guys, we are all done for today. We had some massive issues with the welder. It kept on shutting off on us, but we have it all sealed up and ready to go. And like I said, we're basically gonna be redoing this as soon as we get the AMG tips. So we'll take our time, drop the exhaust, and do it right. But for now, this is gonna be exactly how the car is going to sound, no matter what exhaust tips we have on it. So let's lower this car, fire it up, and see what a straight piped CDI diesel sounds like. What do you think, Matt?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I've never really heard anything quite like it. I'm excited to get it on the road, though.
I want to hear on the road.
All right, let's go do some drive-bys, see what this thing sounds like blasting away. right, guys, I realize that when you go wide open throttle, this thing does sound pretty loud from outside the car, but inside of the car, it's pretty tame. And when you're just idling or driving around, it kind of feels stock. I mean, you can tell something's done to the exhaust, but it's not super loud whatsoever. So as you can tell right now, we're idling. Sounds just like a normal CDI. This is just normal acceleration. A little bit louder than before, but not that bad. Now we'll give it some gas. That's it. Nothing too crazy, but what I do like, especially with the windows down, is that you can hear the turbo a lot better. I don't know if this is gonna come through. Probably not. You're probably getting a ton of wind noise. This is all a big experiment. I have no idea what these cars can do modified or how they sound modified. So I'll drive this around. It's my daily driver and kind of get a better feel for it. But so far, so good. It's really not that loud, and you can definitely hear the turbo, which were my main goals. So if we need to, we can also experiment with mufflers. I'm going to get the E63 muffler for the tailpipes anyway, so we can try putting that muffler on and seeing how that sounds and just doing a bunch of stuff. So for now, this is pretty awesome. It definitely feels a little bit peppier as well. So we have like no exhaust restriction whatsoever. So I'm also excited to mess around with the intake a little bit to see if we can get that turbo to sound even better than it does right now. All right, let me give you guys another whack. My E55 is way louder than this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you like the sound of this? Do you like a sleeper sound more? I could also do exhaust cutouts that are boost activated, so we could run a muffler, and then when we floor it, it automatically opens the cutout. We can go that route. There's so many different routes we can go with the exhaust on this car. It's gonna be a blast. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, have an awesome day, and I'll see all of you in the next video.